Young in the Restless spoilers reveal that Ian Ward has always been a scheming and cunning man, and this time, he proves it by using every relationship he can to get closer to his goals. When Ian accidentally discovers Claire, a friend of Mariah and Tessa, he can't hide his excitement. For him, this is the perfect opportunity to carry out a new plot, one that he hopes will link him to Jordan and help him exploit the relationship. Jordan, although not seeing the long-term value of the idea, agrees to assist Ian in the hope that the connection with Tessa will bring some benefits. But unlike Mariah, Tessa doesn't show any fear or anger when she meets Ian. Instead, she remains neutral, because she has only heard about him through horror stories about Mariah's past in the cult, but has never met Ian in person. This made Ian believe that he had a chance to approach Tessa without being hindered by his previous grudges. Based on Tessa's sensitivity and compassion, Ian began to devise a daring plan. He realized that he could not approach Tessa by behaving as usual. That would only make her suspect him as a creepy old man trying to seduce her. Instead, Ian understood that he needed a more believable cover, an image that could attract Tessa's attention and compassion. That's when Ian thought of dressing up as a homeless person, an option that couldn't be more suitable, especially with Christmas approaching. Tessa, who had spent time homeless and understood the pain of those who were abandoned by society, would certainly not be able to turn a blind eye to a poor, lonely man in need of help. One cold evening, when Tessa left the guild to check the area outside, she came across Ian, now a pitiful homeless man, shivering from the cold. Ian was deliberately huddled on the side of the road, looking tired and desperate. Without thinking too much, Tessa approached and offered to help. She invited Ian into the guild to escape the cold, and at the same time gave him a bowl of hot soup and a cup of coffee. Ian, like a seasoned actor, immediately got into character. He told a fake sad story about his life, a man who once had everything but due to a series of tragedies, he now lost everything and wandered the streets. Ian skillfully emphasized that Tessa was the one who brought light into his dark life. "You are an angel in the cold winter night," he said, his voice full of emotion. Tessa, with her sensitive heart and kind heart, felt deeply sorry for Ian's story. Little did she know that she was falling into a trap that Ian had cleverly set. Tessa not only found herself growing closer to Ian, but she also began to feel a responsibility to help him through this difficult time. Meanwhile, Ian was silently observing Tessa's every expression, every detail of her conversation, to grasp her weaknesses. He knew that if he continued to play the role of the homeless person in need, he could build a trusting relationship with Tessa, something he needed to further his plan. Although Ian was carrying out his plan himself, he did not forget to consult Jordan, who had a lot of experience in manipulation and disguise. Jordan was skeptical about Ian's idea but did not stop him, because he was also curious about what this plan could bring. Ian hoped that by combining Jordan's tricks with his natural charm, he could lure Tessa into his web without her even knowing it. However, no one can keep their mask forever, and Ian is no exception. If Mariah learns of this plan, she will definitely do everything to protect Tessa from Ian. The question is, will Tessa realize Ian's true intentions before it's too late? And can Mariah, who has suffered a lot because of Ian, intervene in time to save her partner? As Christmas approaches, the atmosphere in Genoa city becomes more and more complicated. Ian, with his plot, not only brings new troubles but also disrupts the lives of those around him. Will he succeed, or will he have to pay a heavy price for his plans this time? Ian Ward is a master of manipulation, and this time, he is targeting Tessa, whom he sees as the perfect prey for his plan. With his skills in disguise and his ability to read people, Ian has successfully approached Tessa without revealing his true identity. However, his plot is not limited to just deceiving her. Ian has bigger plans, and Tessa is about to become an important factor in his dangerous game. Ian begins by secretly following Tessa and Mariah. He listens to their conversation with Claire Grace about Sharon, gathering any information he thinks he can use to manipulate Tessa. With his keen sense of humor, Ian quickly realizes that Tessa is compassionate, often emotional, and easily empathizes with those in need. This is the perfect opportunity for Ian to set the perfect trap. Soon after, Ian created a pathetic cover to approach Tessa. He pretended to be a troubled, lonely person who needed help. Tessa, being kind-hearted, immediately sympathized with Ian's tragic story. She began to believe that Ian was just a miserable person who needed help, completely unaware that she was becoming a pawn in a larger conspiracy. Tessa not only felt sorry for Ian, but she trusted him enough to let him in deeper into her life. Tessa may have shared some personal information or even given Ian access to her other resources. This is when Ian began to use her to open up a new dangerous corner of the business where he could manipulate other relationships and plots around Genoa City. Tessa's trust in Ian made things more complicated. It seems that she doesn't realize that her kindness is being used to carry out Ian's dark plans. But what will happen when the truth is revealed? And when it does, will Tessa be able to overcome the shock of knowing that the man she once helped is actually a man with evil intentions? Tessa will receive some shocking information about Ian's true character. Perhaps from Mariah or another character, the truth about Ian's dark past and evil deeds will be revealed. This will not only leave Tessa feeling betrayed but also put her in danger. The moment when Tessa realizes that she has been used by Ian will definitely be a strong emotional point in the story. It will push her into a state of intense internal conflict, between anger at being deceived and guilt for giving Ian the opportunity to manipulate her. At the same time, it will also push Mariah and Tessa's other loved ones to stand up for her and find a way to deal with Ian. Ian and the impact on other storylines. Ian's plan will not only affect Tessa but also have a profound impact on other storylines in Genoa City. When Ian uses information from the conversation between Tessa, Mariah, and Claire Grace, he can exploit connections related to Sharon or even other characters. Ian can aim to cause a rift between Mariah and Tessa, creating doubt in their relationship. He can also take advantage of the information he collects to cause chaos for Sharon or those close to her. With Ian's cunning personality, no one in Genoa City is safe while he is lurking in the shadows. One of the most anticipated moments is when Tessa confronts Ian after discovering the truth. Will she choose to confront him directly or seek help from Mariah and the others? And when that happens, how will Ian react? Will he continue to deceive and convince Tessa that it was all a misunderstanding, or will he reveal his true nature? The story between Ian and Tessa promises to bring unexpected twists, not only highlighting Tessa's inner conflict but also opening up many new possibilities for the development of the surrounding storylines. Tessa is caught in a dangerous spiral when Ian Ward approaches and manipulates her. With his ability to deceive and his talent for persuasion, Ian not only deceives Tessa but also uses her as a tool to get closer to his bigger goals. But the truth cannot be hidden forever. When everything is revealed, what will happen to Tessa and her relationship with Mariah? Will Ian be exposed and pay for what he has done?